Before I move on to another part of the presentation, I would like to say some words about another screencasting tool called Loom, a program a lot of you are already familiar with. Like Zoom, Loom has taken the educational world by storm, not only because it's simple, user-friendly, and very intuitive. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Loom team decided to give a pro version to teachers and students for life for free. In order to claim it, you have to set up your account with your work email, and that's it. And I won't be saying much because if you set up your account and go to my videos section, you will see how to use Loom folder with a lot of nice short tutorials telling you what you can do in the program and how to do it. So the best way is just to set up the account and dive in and practice. Obviously, you can record a full desktop or parts of it. You can record just the screen or screen with the camera, and you will see that you can embed the camera as in a medium size, but if you want to mark your presence in a more obvious way, you can maximize it. So let's go to the small one. You can X out of it entirely, and that's it. So start recording, and you will be asked, obviously, if you want to record the entire screen or just parts of it. And let's finish it quickly. I want to show you now something that is really, really fantastic. Is the way you share your videos. So you are taken directly to the video. The only thing you have to do is to give your video some title. And if you want, you can download it as an MP4. You've got this little icon here. It's not a problem. As an MP4, there is also a nice call to action button or custom thumbnail and a set of emojis your viewers can use to give you feedback. And if you want to share your video, you just copy the link and send via email. You can also share this video via social media, or if you are using Gmail for communication, you can share it via Gmail. So I'll show you what's happening now. I'm gonna send it to myself, and you see that the video is already inserted. So you just click send, and here you are. So I would really recommend Loom for screencasting. So how can we flip our classroom? One way is to use Blendspace. Let's watch a short video explaining what it is and how to use it.
Blendspace is a super easy way to build lessons using a mix of online resources and your own content. And getting started takes less than a minute. All you need to start building rich online lessons is your topic. Let's make a lesson about the periodic table. Simply type your topic into the search box on the right, and Blendspace will find videos, images, and other related content from a whole list of sources, including Google, YouTube, and Tez. Tez is a marketplace that helps educators discover free and paid teaching resources created by other teachers. Just drag and drop items from the results into your lesson. You can even drag files in right from your computer, or use the Add Text button to type directly into your lesson. The rich formatting options make it easy to explain advanced concepts to your students. Once you've collected some materials, you can give your lesson a title and label the individual tiles. And rearranging things is as easy as dragging them around. You can even add a quiz to your lesson with a single click. Add a question and a few multiple choice answers, and Blendspace will keep track of your students' responses. Blendspace also tracks comments, likes, and more, so you can evaluate student performance and engagement in no time. Creating a rich, appealing online lesson has never been easier. Get started today at tez.com/lessons.
You can share Blendspace with your students via email. You can embed it in your social media. You can use it for flipping your classroom, but also for designing the whole lesson. You can collaborate with another teacher on one Blendspace. But also, you might encourage your students to use Blendspace for showcasing their work. The next way to flip your classroom is using Webquest. A Webquest is an inquiry-based activity where students are given a task and a list of online resources to help them complete the task. And it can be used in other ways as well, for example, for formative assessment. And because it can be a topic for a separate presentation, I decided to mention it only briefly. So there are 6 components of Webquest. We need an introduction to capture students' interest, and the task to describe objectives, process to describe the steps, obviously resources, evaluation to measure the results of the activity, and conclusion to wrap it up or to introduce some extension work. And depending on the purpose of your Webquest, whether it is a flip or a formative assessment, you will need to modify this model and adapt to your needs. You can share your your Webquest with your students as an editable document. As for example, this one on crime that I made for my class. Or if you feel more advanced, you can create a website like this one created by Maria Moreno on slavery. You can see here on the left all the elements of a web quest and a task. So students will be preparing a PowerPoint or a photo story or a podcast. We have rubrics as well, but it is entirely up to you whether you decide to go for something like that, or and it all depends on the level of your class, the level of their study skills, and also how comfortable you feel with creating something like that. And finally, OER, another way to flip your classroom using the resources which are already available online, open educational resources, such as lesson plans, quizzes, audio or video files, images, text, you name it. They are freely available online for use, reuse, adaptation, and sharing, and you don't have to worry about breaching copyright. And I would like to show you a couple of platforms you can use if you want to flip your classroom. So the first one is Memrise, and is a language learning app. You can learn different languages via learning through learning about history, geography, or art and literature. The next one is BBC Podcast, a great platform with resources, listening resources. Another one is TED Ed. You've heard about TED Talk. TED Ed is a platform with ready-made lessons that you can easily adapt and modify. And finally, Wikiversity, a learning community hub which is loved by some but totally rejected by others, so you would need to use your professional judgment whether you want to use it or not. You can see that it's got different languages here, and you just have to make your own decision whether you want to use this platform.